Kubes is a fabricator, but we're also a former and vendor of material for other fabricators. Any job you see in this shop, I would say 90% of them have a rolling or bending component in them, which is why we do that work here. Oftentimes we'll have a fabricator who needs it bent. They're welcome to do it. We'll just do the bending for them. That is their choice and their option. We currently have some projects that we're working on. This one in particular is the third of 3 assemblies that we were doing for a hydro development in the state. This is a 6-tiered assembly made out of rolled plates in conical shapes into various segments. This is sections 3 and 2. 6, 5, and 4 have already been built and moved outside. This is just going to drop down. We have one more section to put on top. This is a hard face plate, chrome carbide overlay. We will profile, cut it, and form it to the requirements of the customer. It's used for primarily wear liners in the mining industry. It's a huge application. The product on either side of us is actually a 4-segment, 90-degree segment for a large flange that we're building for the same customer that we're building that big tank for. This is our section rolling department, primary. This is the piece, this is the stuff where we get stuff in and out, in and out, in and out. Cube has beams, full U-shape, easy way rolled, angles, leg out. You can do them leg in, much harder, a lot more noise. If you don't trap it properly, it will twist, ripple, buckle, and depending on the size of it, or the radius you want bent, sometimes we have to go heavier, or sometimes we have to go lighter to achieve what you want, even though you think you want a certain size material. Example of some of the things we do try to take on. These pieces of angle that are rolled leg in for our customer before we roll them. They're a specific size they're used in the canal. I'm not sure exactly how they work, but they're part of a steel system. And we have to pre-machine them, roll them, heat treat them, straighten them, and get the twist out because they have a tendency to twist to get them back to square and perpendicular for the application because there's some sort of a seal ring that gets put together afterward. Behind me here is the R13. That's what we call it. That's the style of machine, the Roundo R13. This is the largest section rolling machine in Eastern Canada. The machine has capacity to roll up to a 40-inch beam. Both easy way, which is this way, or hard way, which is what we're doing right here. This is a hard way roll, but it's actually an easy roll because it's just a camber. There's a slight curve into the piece. We have done things a bit tighter, depending on the customer's requirement, where we've actually had to clear out this whole space so the piece goes all the way around. This material right here on the floor is again a Triton product, hard face plate. This is a much heavier material. It's got a 1/2-inch base with a 1/2 inch of overlay on it. The 1/2 inch has to be applied in 3 layers. So what happens is when you start to form it, you have less and less strength in the overlay and you get a lot more of the spalling of the material. The tighter you go with it, because that chrome carbide overlay doesn't want to go anywhere. 1,000 tons was just commissioned last year. I believe 20. Yeah, we put some extensions on it. We didn't have 16 when we bought it. Yeah. Quite a bit difference between the 2 technologies. This one here is all in the guy's head. This one here, you got to tell the computer what you're doing, and he tells you how it's going to do it. So it's been a whole new learning curve, right? 4 roll segments. It's a cone roll. It'll do up to 1.5 inches by 10-foot plate. I think the smallest diameter we can do is about 20. It's a rotary draw bender that basically you just grab the pipe and just fold it around to get a shape. We'll do a 6-inch diameter pipe right now. And a job a little while ago. Yes, we have a preventative maintenance program in place where we service the equipment on a regular basis.